So we're talking about versioning here. We've got a page right now that's actually not functioning the way we want it to. But rather than undo everything I did, I want to move this text back up into section 1. So I'm going to, I know there was a stage where that was the case. So I'm going to go and I'm going to check out this page, but I'm not going to say I'm going to edit it. I'm going to say check out. That means I have control of the page. I'm going to tell you all about that in more detail in a minute. But now I'm going to go to page here. I'm going to go to page history. And I'm going to look at this, and you can see what happens is you can look at the changes that were made. What things did I add or remove? Oh, there's version history here, and so here you can see the image was moved from left to right. This text was added or removed, and I can look at what version had what I wanted it to have. So I'm going to go here to. Oh, it's working. He's got it fixed. All right, so let me, well, that's okay. So we can still show this. So right now, let me restore version 0.2. And I'll tell you about the version numbers in a minute, but I'm just going to say I want to restore version 0.2. And then I'm going to go back to the page. And there we go. Now we've got that version back in. I'm going to go back to page and check it in. And we still have this column situation right now, but that's because of the way we're editing it. So I'm going to say I want to edit the page. And you'll see that now that text went back to the top the way it was. Now I've got my left and right sections, so I can go ahead back and actually, because of the way this works, before I restored it, this image, text, and caption were in section 3. If I close this, I can say save and close, but leave it checked out. Go back to page. Go back to page history. I should be able to go back to version 0.5. And restore that version. I'm going a little bit out on a limb here that this is going to work, but go back to my page. Wrong one. Page history, restore 0.4. There we go. Hua. So and now I can just take my page and check it in, make a new version. So what I just did, what's interesting is this is the way content management systems work. So that text is just stored. The page says where to display it. We're doing what we call separating the data and the presentation. So the data just got moved from one section of the page to the other. The data is the same. Because Trevor fixed that little glitch we had with the way columns are laid out, now the columns look right. You, as a content editor, wouldn't have had to do anything. So this is the power of this, is if you have done a whole lot of work putting content in the past, if you had been making a website the conventional way, if we wanted to change something about it, you might have to go back and make a change on every single page. In this case, if we decide that we want the font on the headings, on the subheadings on sections, to be a little bit larger, a little bit bolder, or a different color, we can say that, and the entire website will change that way. If we say that we want anything to be revised, we revise it in one place. The data doesn't have to be redone at all. It just represents itself. So if I were to shorten this now, this page doesn't look very good. We can just look here and say, well, judgment of the teacher is a nice end of this paragraph. I can come back here again. This is a good thing to remember. Here's your little edit. Come down here to judgment of the teacher. This is something where stylistically you have to do something about this. Actually, let me just make it even a little shorter. So here's a nice end to this sentence. I'm just going to get rid of this rest of this paragraph. And now, remembering if I can do over here, do my page preview. You start to see what the finished product would look like. Now we've got a nice 2-column view, and then this probably isn't the nicest way to present that. We could say, oh, we don't like that. Let's make this thing full size. Around, I mean, we'll be cleaning that up too. Page preview. Getting closer to something looks the way we might like it to look. Come down here and take out that extra paragraph. Over here. Snag this title out of here, just giving you an idea how you can quickly assemble things. Come down here. I'm going to put that in as the caption. Note, it's going to take on the style of the caption. Don't have to do anything. Page preview. And now I think we've got a pretty nice looking web page. You might have an introductory paragraph. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. A little glitch there too. So we got some things on this particular site we have to clean up. Some things I could suggest, you might have for example, a way to lay this out where you have an introductory paragraph and then you have 2 columns about 2 different speakers that you have coming. If it's a story page, that's one way to use this. There's a lot of different ways to use this. There's even some tricky stuff that you can do where you can get 2 photos to be next to one another. I probably shouldn't go into that in this particular demo. I think we're done with that.